Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I am so very excited because I finally got my hands on the new Tati Beauty products, and that is what I'm gonna be testing out today. I am so excited for this because for those of you who don't know, Tati is actually a YouTuber. Well, she's one of my favorite YouTubers, and last year she came out with two products. She came out with an eyeshadow palette and a applicator tool type of thing, and that is exactly what is in this box right here. When I was in the US, I ordered it. This is one of the first things that I ordered, and I'm so excited that I'm back here and I can actually review the products right here. So this is exactly how it arrived in the mail, and this is what the box looks like inside. So this is Tati. Look at that, she's so beautiful, and can you believe she's actually way older than she looks. I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we get into all of this makeup goodness, I just want to invite you guys to subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified every time I have a new video, and of course if you like this video, don't forget to like and leave a comment down below. I am too excited to get into all of this, so let's get on with this Tati Beauty first impressions video. I have two products in here because Tati Beauty has only released two products, and the first one is the Blendiful. So this one contains two puffs, and this one is the first product that they have ever released, and this one is the Tati Beauty Volume 1 eyeshadow palette. I am so very excited for this palette because Tati reviewed and tried on so many different, eyeshadow palettes, and this for her is the ultimate eyeshadow palette that everyone needs, and I'm so excited to just try everything, play around with it, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But first, I have to try out the Blendiful because that is the reason why I have no makeup on right now, because the Blendiful is actually a makeup tool that you can use, with primer, foundation, everything, liquid, cream, or powder. So I want to test this one out. So let's start out with this one. This is how the packaging looks like. It's very simple but still very beautiful. So this one, it says it has one Blendiful and one baby Blendiful, and in the back there are cleaning instructions. So I can machine wash or I can hand wash it. And it's made out of 100 polyester and polyurethane, and it says here no harsh lines. So I really hope that this one gives me a nice Blendiful smooth face. I was really hoping that this plastic packaging was reusable, the ones that have the Ziploc thing inside, but this one does not have that, which I kind of wish it had because I could end up reusing the plastic. But anyway, so inside we have two sponges. So we have this really cute heart sponge and this really big poofy thing. I mean, look at that. It's taking up a big space in my face. I mean, I have never actually used a puff that is this big, and it's also really soft and very furry feeling. I mean, you guys know that I love fur. I mean, exhibit A. But wow, this feels really soft and really smooth, and I've never used anything like this, so I am so curious to see what this will do to my face. Now, what Tati did in her video was she used different parts of the sponge because it is a huge sponge, so she just used different parts of it for different things. So the first thing I will do is use my primer. So this is the Baby Skin Pore Eraser by Maybelline. I have actually never tried this, but everyone tells me that this is a great primer. So let us see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it directly on the sponge. Ooh, look at that. It looks so jelly-like. So I'll put it on this tip, and I will just press it on my skin. I watched Tati's video, and what she did with primer was she basically just patted it on, especially with pore filling primers. So that is what I'm doing. Ooh, it feels so good when you swirl it around. Now I'm just doing pressing swipey motions. Does that make sense? So there we go. I just put it all on this side. Wow, that feels so different. I mean, this side feels so smooth and moisturized. I'm gonna try putting this on with my hand on the other side just to see the difference. So I have the same amount here, and I'm just gonna rub it. Both sides look the same to me, but this one feels stickier than this side. I feel like using the sponge really pushed that primer into the pores, which is what you want, especially for a pore filling primer. Using the sponge on my skin, it feels so much better than using my finger. I feel like with my finger, I even, tugged a bit on my skin, which is kind of bad because, you'll end up with wrinkles and stuff like that. But with the sponge, it's so gentle. It feels so good. I love soft, fluffy things, so I think that's why this one appeals to me so much. And I'm also looking at the product. Not a lot of product is left on the sponge. I mean, compared to the other sponges I do use, this one actually doesn't soak up a lot, so I think that's really great. So now I'm gonna try out the foundation. It is the BH Liquid Foundation in Naturally Flawless. So I'm gonna try one pump on my hand. So that is, you actually get a lot from one pump. So I'm just gonna use the same edge because I don't think it's a problem to mix primer and foundation. So I'll just get a bit of that. That's how much it picked up. I just put that entire pump on the right side of my face, and the left side has nothing. So the right side actually has a little bit of a light coverage. It also looks really natural and smooth, which I actually really do like that look, but I feel like I need to add more foundation. And it's not even because the sponge, drank it up. It actually did not get a lot. I mean, there's some coloring there, but this is nothing compared to my other sponges. So I'm just gonna continue on with the rest of my face and see if I can use this to build it up. This is how the foundation looks like with the Blendiful. Now I actually figured out how I prefer to use it. So what I do is I use the Blendiful to just, spread around all of the product that I want to put, and then I pat it down so that, it really stays. And it's basically what I do with my brush and my sponge. I use the brush to spread the product so I don't waste product, and then I use the sponge to, make it look more flawless. So that's actually what I got right now. There are no streaks, no nothing. This is a very flawless application. It did take a little bit longer than I'm used to, but I feel like that's because I just wasn't sure how to use this, and it didn't soak up a lot of product, which I think is really great. And I love that I can get so much more for all of the products that I use. Now it's time for concealer. So I'm going to be using this one from The Body Shop. This is the 26 Matte Clay Full Coverage Concealer. Now the reason I reached for this concealer is because this one, well, Tati claims that this one can be used for liquid, cream, and powders. So we're gonna try this cream out. So I'll try it with my finger first. Yeah, so I'll try it with my finger on this side. Then on my right side, I will try it with the Blendiful. So that's how it looks like with the finger. Now I'm gonna okay, maybe I should use a different side. So I'll use this side, dip it right in, and that is how much concealer it got. That's actually a lot, but you know what? We're gonna work with it. So I'm just putting it here. This one I used the Blendiful, and this side I used my finger. Let me just blend that out even better with my finger. There we go. So I'm actually liking how this side looks, but I do want to add more. And I want to try, let's try the folding method. I mean, I see Tati do this. She folds it and she gets some product and just puts it right there. I actually think this is perfect for the under eyes because you really have to be gentle in the under eyes. So I'm just gonna use this to spread everything around. I actually really look I am loving the look of my concealer right now. Usually when I use a cream, I really have to, dab my finger on my face so many times. For a while, I really have to blend it out. But with this one, it blended out so easily, so fast, and it looks so smooth. And this one is actually way gentler than, my finger now. Granted, that might be my fault because I'm a bit aggressive, when I blend out creams. But this one, wow, it made it so easy. but it kind of picked up more on the sponge as compared to the foundation. So this is the foundation. It's not much, but the concealer, maybe because it's a cream, it kind of picked up more. Also, I think it was a mistake that I dipped directly into my concealer pot, because now there's like gray fuzzies and random hair in it, which I really don't like. So I should have just used my finger first and not dip this directly into the pot. So just, you know, a piece of advice to you guys, don't do that. I'm kind of sad also because this is a brand new pot and there's just gray fuzzies everywhere, so that's basically the downside to that, but that's kind of my fault anyway. So let's move on to powder. I'm going to be using my Nishido final powder. This is in the shade Creamy Glow. Well, this one, it's unavoidable. I have to dip directly into the powder. This is an unused side. Get some powder. So that is a lot of powder. So let me just pat that out. Alright, this is great. It picks up a lot. So I'm just going to put this on my under eyes. Wow, that's a lot of powder. Powder going everywhere. Great. And my T-zone. Oh, my nose. My nose always needs a lot of powder. And my forehead. These are my oily zones. I'm gonna put more powder all around my face. So I'm gonna use this sponge to really, you know, push it in, because I feel like that is its main purpose. To really push powder into the skin for a nice flawless finish. Ooh, I am really liking this. This is it. This is my base. I actually think it looks pretty good, and the experience of using the sponge is amazing. It is so soft. It is so furry and so gentle on the skin, which I really loved. I do think that I need to practice using this because I did take a bit longer than I usually do, but I really think it's just because I'm not used to this. This performed really well with the liquid, the cream, and the powder. It really blended it out so well, and it really took care of my skin. Like, my skin feels like, you know, I didn't take, you know, a sponge, just, you know, hit it with it. I mean, this one, even if I do this a lot, it's so gentle. Even if I'm aggressive, it's so gentle. It's like it absorbs the shock, and, you know, only softness ends up on the skin. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But overall, I think this is pretty good. I do want to test it out more. I want to use it more. But for right now, I think it's a great product. And this is something that I have not experienced with other sponges. I mean, I've tried so many different sponges and puffs as well, but this one, I mean, this is very different because it's kind of like a brush and a sponge put together. So you can actually use the furry texture to, you know, spread out product, and then you can use the puffiness to push in the product. So it's the best of both worlds, because even I do that sometimes. I use a brush and then I spread out the product just so I won't waste product, and then I take a sponge and then I press it in and spread it out more, blend it out more. So this one is actually a 2-in-1 type of thing. Because of the texture of this, it's kind of like a brush, and it's kind of like a brush also in the sense that it doesn't absorb a lot of the products. I mean, if you look at that, that's it. That's all it got. That's not a lot. I mean, my sponge has soaked up so much more of my products, and I'm really happy that all of my products will go a long way when I use this. My base is done. It's smooth, no harsh lines. So now it's time for the palette. So this one, I'm very excited for it because I'm not only using this as an eyeshadow palette, I'm also going to be using it as a face palette, because, you know, why not? You know, makeup has no rules. Just because it says it's an eyeshadow palette, it doesn't mean that it is limited to only your eyes. This is it. This is how the palette looks like. I love the packaging. It's very simple, but at the same time very luxurious. I love the matte black finish. I just love touching it. And this logo, look at that reflective gold logo, and I really like that this feels like a high-end eyeshadow palette. And this is also a really cool detail, so it looks like a book. So you can, it says Tati Beauty and Volume 1, so they're gonna come out with so many more volumes, and, you know, you can stack them up like a shelf. Now this is my kind of book. I'm not into books, but if they are eyeshadow books, I will definitely collect those. Alright, so let us see all of the beautiful shades. Ta-da! That is how it looks like. It is so beautiful, and I've never seen a palette that doesn't have a name for each shade. Okay, so this one, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades which she named, and there are 4 finishes right here. So here we have Poet, Aura, Soothe, Story, Ritual, and Memory. So those are the shades, and here we also have the different finishes. So we have Matte, Sequin, Metallic, and Glitter. Now if you guys want a more in-depth look into, you know, all the colors and swatches and stuff, I will just link Tati's video down below. But for now, I just want to, you know, try it on, put this all over my face. Oh, I also really love that it has a huge mirror. I mean, look at that mirror. This is, wow, my entire face. I think 2 faces will fit in this mirror. I'm gonna be dipping into Ritual right here as my bronzer. So let's just get a bit of that. Wow, look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. And I only tapped it 2 times. This is a pigmented matte. I mean, look at that. I didn't even dig too much into it. Look at that. I am so amazed by this, and I haven't even used it on my eyes. I'm just using it as a bronzer, and wow, this is great. Now I'm gonna contour my nose also with Ritual. I'm just gonna that's a lot, but you know, I'm gonna blend this out. It's gonna be fine. I did put a bit too much. Wow, Ritual is a great bronzer. I mean, I know it's an eyeshadow, but it's really great as a bronzer. It really chiseled out my face. So now I'm gonna be doing my eyebrows. So I'm gonna be dipping into Memory and Ritual. So I'll be mixing these 2 to do my eyebrows. But first, I need to put a spoolie through it. There we go. Just so you know the hair is in the right place. I'll dip into Memory first and then Ritual. So let's see what ends up happening with this one. I did not notice, but my camera just shut off while I was doing my brows. But anyway, they're finished now. So I basically just did Memory and Ritual together, and that is how I did my brows. I actually really like putting powder on my brows. This is something that I don't normally do, but I've been doing it lately, and I think it looks really great, more natural than the eyebrow pencils that I used to use. So I don't know, this is just what I've been doing lately, and I think it looks really great, and it does a great job covering my scars, especially on this eyebrow right here. So anyway, now it's time for the fun part. I'm gonna be doing my eyes. I'm gonna start with Aura. So this is Aura right here. It's a white beigey type of shade. So I'm gonna put it all over my lid, and then on my crease I'm gonna put Soothe. So Aura, then Soothe. I'm even gonna take it up to my brow bone. So basically all over the eye, I'm gonna put Aura just all over. There is a bit of kickback when I dip into the pan, but it's not so bad. And there's still a lot of pigment. This one really brightened up the eye, and I think it's a great base to do my eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna dip into Soothe and put that right in the crease. So I'm just using the same brush just because this is my favorite brush. Soothe on the crease looks really great. It's so beautiful. I have no idea what eye look I'm going to create, but I do want to try all of the finishes, and so far the mattes are really great. They blend out so beautifully. There's no patchiness or anything, and I just do one dip and there's so much pigment, and I love it. There is a little bit of kickback, but it's not that much. It's just a little bit, which I don't know, I'm okay with that, and I think I mean my base and my crease, they look really good. So now I'm gonna go for, let's do like a metallic. I don't know, let's do like a sequin one. Yeah, let's do sequin on the outer edge. So I'm gonna go for this one. So it says here sequin ritual, so I'm going for ritual sequin. So let's see how that one looks on the outer edge of my eye. So I'm just gonna dab it right there. Wow, that is beautiful. That really deepened the outer crease of my eye, and I love that. Is it metallic-y though? Ooh, I do see a bit of metallic, but it's not too much. Now I want to try a metallic shade all over my lid, so I think I'm gonna go with the Soothe metallic shade. So it is this one right here. So I'm just gonna take my finger. Wow, this feels, it feels so smooth. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so I'll put it right here. Wow. The metallic Soothe all over the lid looks so beautiful. It's so magical and it's so smooth. I'm going to show you guys a swatch of this one. I mean, it's wow. I love how it shines. I love how it feels. It was so easy to just blend all over my lid, and look at that. It's so beautiful, so metallic-y. All right. Now I'm gonna try the glitter. There are so many glitters in here. I don't know which one to use, but the Story glitter looks pretty good. I mean, look at that right there. This one is the Story glitter. And also, I'm not used to doing glitters, so I'm not quite sure how this is gonna go, but I'm also gonna take my finger. I feel like that's a safe way to go. And then just dab it right here. Right at the center. It's gonna be messy because I've honestly never really done glitter on my eye, but I do love how this looks. I just hope nothing falls. Oh, there it is. Something already fell, but you know, let's see. Oh, I actually feel some of the glitter falling. Don't know if that's part of the experience or I needed to use glitter glue, but anyway, I'm just gonna take my brush. Okay, I think this one's good. I'm just gonna swipe. Whoa, that glitter, that's, did you guys see that? It just fell right there. So I'm gonna try, emphasis on try, I'm gonna try to remove it, but it looks pretty stuck and I don't know how it reached this part of my face. You know what? I will try using the Blendiful. Okay, hopefully. I'm actually wiping my finger on the Blendiful and it took out a lot of the glitter, so I'm hoping it does the same to my face. This is a disaster. I am not great at using pressed glitter, I guess. My eye look does look great though. Okay, so I tried to remove as much glitter as I can, but there's still a little bit of glitter left. So what worked was I took a brush, put some powder, put that all over, you know, my face, and I kind of removed most of it, but there's still some left. And you know what, I kind of give up because I just want to finish my eye look. So I'm gonna be doing my lower lash line. So I'm gonna take Soothe. Yeah, I'll take Soothe on my lower lash line. There we go. Ooh, beautiful. I really love the Soothe shade. Such a beautiful brownie-ish shade. Brownie orange shade. Peachy shade. I don't know. Then I'm also gonna take Ritual right here at the edge, just to give it some depth. So I'm trying to keep this as close to my eye as possible. I don't want it to be super blown out. I also want to put a bit of a metallic shade down here, so I'm gonna go for the Ritual Metallic, and I'll put it just right here. So there's a bit of a sparkle to the bottom part. Now I'm gonna do mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This is my current favorite mascara. I actually really love this one. So I'm just gonna put this right here. The eyes are done. I really love how my eyes are looking right now, and even though there's a bunch of glitter all over my face, I still really love how this looks. I mean, this is my first time playing around with a loose glitter type of thing, but I love the effect on my eyes. I love how everything blended out, so beautiful, so seamless, and all of the colors just make sense, and I can imagine myself, you know, creating so many different looks with just this one eyeshadow palette. So now I'm gonna finish the rest of my face. I just need to do blush and highlighter, so that I'm gonna be taking the eyeshadow palette and seeing which one here can actually be a blush. I think Poet Poet right here. I think this one can be a blush, but it might be a bit too red, but let's see. So I'm just gonna oh, I hope this ends up well for me. So just a little bit. Oh, that is a lot. Oh no. That's a lot of pigment. So you just take the Blendiful. Oh, I am super loving this product as well. So when you make a mistake, it is there for you. Alright, so I put too much blush. Might as well do the same to the other side. So I'm just gonna blend it out with the Blendiful. Okay, bad idea to use Poet, but this is the only one that looked like an actual blush shade. But you know what? I think I can mix a different color on top. Oh wow, look at that. That is a pink. I'm gonna use a different brush. I'm gonna dip into Aura. There we go. And then just put it on top just to lighten it a bit. Ooh, that looks like it's working. Okay, there we go. I kind of lightened the blush a little bit. There we go. Looks better, but still not great. I guess you can't really use this as blush. Ooh, I should just use this side. Blend everything together. Wow, this Blendiful. I'm really liking this. Well, I mean, the blush doesn't look that bad, so I'm gonna do my highlight. It's a good highlighter brush. This one I'm sure will not end up in a disaster because the Aura Metallic shade right here looks like a pretty good highlight, so I'm just gonna put that right here. Ooh, that is beautiful. What a beautiful highlight. And you know, I just did like 1 to 2 dips, but wow, this is a beautiful highlight. So let's put one here on my nose. There we go. I love this. Also put on my eyebrow. Now for lipstick, I'm gonna be taking this shade. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna use real lipstick this time because I feel like that's just too much. So I'm just gonna do my favorite. This is the Maybelline 656 Clay Crush. My favorite lipstick. That is it. I am done. This is my finished look. I actually really love how everything turned out. My base looks really great. It's really flawless and smooth, and my face just feels really great just because this sponge is so gentle, so soft, so fluffy, so furry. It's such a great sensation on your face, and it actually worked really well. Blended out my liquids, my powders, everything on my face really well. And even if you make mistakes, this one can fix it, like you guys saw with the blush. That was a really fun mistake, but you know, the Blendiful really worked well. Now this one I have not tried yet, but you know, I feel like this is great for touch-ups and all that stuff. Now let's go on to the palette, this one is amazing. I love this palette so much, even though, you know, I ended up with glitter all over my face. I still love every single formula in here, and I do want to practice using it. The mattes were great, everything was great. I love how there are 4 different formulas in here, and every single one is really different, so it really depends on the kind of look you want to create. And I just love the color story as well. It blends out really well. The quality of the shadow is so great, and I also really like that there are so many different things that you can do with this. I mean, wow. And the thing that amazed me the most about this is I just took a little bit and there's just so much pigment everywhere, and wow. And I even used it not just as an eyeshadow palette, but I also used it as a face palette, and this looks pretty good. I mean, considering I used eyeshadow to do the rest of my face, the highlights great, you know, everything. This is a good makeup day for me, and I'm so happy. So overall, I'm really loving all of the Tati Beauty products so far. I will continue to use this just because I just love the feeling. I love how it feels. I love how I feel. I love how I look as well. So if you guys want to try it out, feel free to do so. I think it's worth your money. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys on my next one. Mwah!